The Jake Asman Show will begin shortly. Thanks to all these great Patreon members who help support the show. Get your super chats ready. Jake will be here in just a moment. If you love the New York Jets, this is the place to be. And now, the Jake Asman Show.
Aaron Glenn has shared a key update on Justin Fields, plus the first injury report for Jets Dolphins is out. We break down all of that and much more. It's the Jake Asman Show. DT, Dylan Tamman will join us. Let's hit it and get it started.
There's no such thing as moral victories when it comes to us. Everyone says same old Jets. I hate that term, and I really don't know what that term means. They're not the same old Jets. We're 0-3. Make sure you look at the game.
The 2025 New York Jets season is officially here. Can Aaron Glenn lead the team back to the playoffs and finally deliver on the promise this roster has shown? Every step of the journey, the Jake Asman Show will have you covered, breaking down all the storylines, every game, and everything in between. Please subscribe and hit the like button below. Super chats, baby. Cut the line. The Jake Asman Show starts right now. Here we go, Jet fans. Welcome in, everybody. Before we bring on our guest, Dylan Tamman, I just want to thank the Asmaniac community. We raised a ton of money for Tunnel to Towers this morning. We did our show live from Harrison Meadows Country Club. CJ Mosley was on as our special guest. Also had Tanky V, Frankie V from U Stadium with us, Ryan Sampson from the Gangs All Here podcast with the New York Post. Awesome event. The weather, well, not great. Plenty of people still enjoyed a nice round of golf, great food, beverages, the event's still going on. So big thank you to everyone who sent in a super chat or a Venmo or gifted a membership. Congrats to Rick Kent, who won the helmet that you see CJ signed for me before we went live with him on the show. So to everyone who donated, thank you. And it's for an incredible cause. So big thank you to U Stadium for having us and allowing us to do our show from the awesome event that they put on this morning. With that said, let's say hello right now to a man they call DT. I'm repping his new shirt for his YouTube channel, which just hit over 1,000 subs. He's alive, folks. Back from Tampa. Dylan Tereman joins us now. What's up, Dylan?
What's up, Jake? Hey, look at this. It's the Spider-Man meme. We're pointing at each other. This is great. And I had to obviously rock the Asmaniac hat for you. First and foremost, I want to say thank you to you, obviously, for putting on such a great event, obviously in Festa, right? That's how I say his name.
Festa, yep.
That meetup was spectacular. Obviously, we've heard some of the stories about myself overindulging.
Do you remember the meetup?
I remember everything about the meetup except taking my selfie with Philly Noodles. So shout out to Philly Noodles. I remember having the conversation with him. I don't remember the picture whatsoever, but I remember going to the club. I remember the sparklers with the dancers, and I remember the Jets chant, and then I remember going home and blacking out.
Sources tell me that your throw up might have been green that night from the jet fuels that you were being fed at the Saturday party.
The bartender was 100% correct. She said if you had more than 3, you'd probably see green later in your evening, and I was on my 5th at the time. So yeah, absolutely.
Gator says, last time I saw Dylan, he smelled like puke and lighter fluid.
Gator, shout out to you. That video was awesome. I was so happy to be a part of it. Like that was great. Jake, you're awesome. And I appreciate all your hospitality that weekend. It was awesome.
It was great to find the beach in person, man, from waiting at the airport for you to find where we were Uber wise to get into the hotel and everything we did Saturday to the tailgate Sunday. And then the game, which I'm sure we'll talk about coming up here. But once again, as I've said, Dylan, and you could vouch for this. Everything is always great with these Asmaniac meetups until the game actually begins.
I was trying to erase that juju from the weekend, but yeah, unfortunately, that is what happened. And we had such a great Saturday and Sunday morning, and then 1:00 Sunday. First of all, those cannons are so annoying.
Oh, like, the worst.
The most annoying thing I've ever seen. Beautiful stadium. I probably had to get mopped up out of there because I was a complete puddle. It was absolutely disastrously hot. And we know how the ending went, but we were also very excited for about 2.5 minutes.
That's right. We had a moment. There's no doubt.
And we looked at each other too, just to be candid. We were like, Baker's done this
Yep.
3 times now. Can he do it a third time? Like, yeah, this is unfortunately where we're headed to. So
we knew there was just too much time, unfortunately. But on to Miami. Jets play the Dolphins on Monday Night Football. We'll give you the full injury report, but here's Aaron Glenn when he spoke for the first time this week, being asked about Justin Fields.
And Justin will be practicing, but he's still going through the protocol. All right, so we have to make sure that's clear, and we'll be fine, but he'll be practicing today. So, again, he still has to go through the whole protocol before he's totally cleared, but I like where he's at.
Well, if he's clear, I know we've asked this before. If he's clear, is he your starter on Monday?
If he's clear, he's starter.
So Justin Fields, if he's cleared, he's starting, meaning if he doesn't have any setbacks from now on Monday, he's the guy. Here's the first injury report of the week. Because the Jets are playing on Monday, today is normally what a Wednesday would be. So you get reports Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. And Fields is listed as a full participant, Dylan, not limited, which to me is a great sign. Obviously, you would expect him to be an FP both Friday and Saturday. And if we get to Saturday and he's a full participant, he's going to start Monday against Miami.
Yeah, and that should be the case, right? He was named a captain. The offense was completely built around him. We'll get into some of the nuances of Tyrod Taylor, but I felt like there were so many things. And I get it, week 1, some people want to call that the Justin Fields outlier. I'm looking more at like week 2 as the Justin Fields outlier. And when you go back to the week 1 tape, Fields was doing so much more as a quarterback, just both running and passing than Tyrod was doing in week 3. So, I mean, I was of the mindset that they needed to go back to Justin as soon as he was healthy. I was a little worried that he wouldn't clear in time. I felt like it was a pretty aggressive concussion. I know, I think it was Clifton asked earlier in the week, did it look like fencing position? And it may have looked like fencing position. He was also kind of reaching for his face mask. So it did look like an aggressive concussion. So luckily only 1 game missed for him. And some of the other injuries too, like some of these guys are really missed, like Nwangu limited and Josh Reynolds limited. Those 2 guys are sorely missed on offense and special teams. So I'm happy we should be getting Fields back, obviously barring any setbacks. I think it's different for a quarterback being a full participant in like these latter stages of the concussion protocol because they're not getting hit in practice. So it's not like he's full participant taking on tacklers. So we'll see how the week progresses. But yeah, I think it should have always gone back to Fields.
100%. To me, Justin Fields against this team gives you the best chance to win. The Dolphins are bad against the run, and the Jets need to get back to what allowed them to have so much success in that first game offensively, running the football, RPOs, different type of things that you could call for Fields that you're just not going to do with 36-year-old Tyrod Taylor. Now, you brought it up. Some of the other injuries here to talk about. Nwangu practicing, I think is huge because we know about his kick returning prowess. Josh Reynolds, it's sad that he could potentially be impactful, but that's just how bad the other guys behind him, unfortunately, are. Jay Tafili's been out the last 2 games with an illness. Good to see him back. Hopefully he didn't have pneumonia or something crazy, but good to see that. Now, the guy they acquired, Jarvis Brownlee, I don't think he's going to play, just kind of reading the tea leaves through what Aaron Glenn was saying. It sounds like, he could be back soon, but I wouldn't expect him to play on Monday night. And Jermaine Johnson, Glenn said it's week to week. They didn't put him on IR, which tells me that they think if not this week, then next week, because then you would have just put him on injured reserve and he'd be out 4 games here. So I don't think we're going to see JJ. I don't think we'll see Brownlee, but I think it's looking good for all the other names on this list.
Yeah, I think AG was very vague and quick when he just kind of grouped Jermaine and Brownlee together and just said they're week to week. We'll keep evaluating. I know there's some fear out there that Alan was putting out that maybe it's an IR worthy situation. I think if they deemed the situation to be a 3 to 4 week injury 2 weeks ago, they might have done that. But now you're in jeopardy of missing like 6 weeks if you put him on IR or 5 games or whatever. So I don't think that's going to come down to it with Jermaine. And then Jarvis Brownlee, yeah, he was in the walking boot in the leading up to the Tennessee Titans last game on Sunday. So, I mean, week to week, he spoke at the presser today. It sounds like they have a plan for him, which is kind of cool. And he has a little bit of versatility that they want to tap into, both on the boundary and in the slot at cornerback. So I'm down for it. We need tacklers back there. We need some guys who are going to play with their hair on fire. And I know he's not going to play this week probably, but the loss of Quincy being like that guy who's going to break up screen passes and stuff like that, Jarvis Brownlee could potentially fill in as that overhang defender at that second level and really do the same thing and hopefully mitigate some of the loss that Quincy is going to give you. So I don't think we see either of those guys this week. And then as far as the other guys you said, yeah, I mean, please get Josh Reynolds back in the lineup. I don't need to do the Tyler Johnson experience again. I have tons of clips from the All-22, two specifically that are sticking out in my head, where Arian Smith was wide open and he wasn't the guy targeted on the play. Like, I really think he's doing a good job winning on his routes. He's just not being targeted. So, I mean, yes, the wide receiver 2 position is a problem, but with Reynolds back, the 3 of Garrett, Reynolds, and Arian Smith makes me much more confident in this group, especially having Justin back.
Dylan Tamman is with us. If you're watching live, hit the like button. Make sure that you subscribe to my channel. Subscribe to Dylan's channel. He's now over 1,000, which means YouTube could start paying him for his content that he puts out on his channel. I also want to share this. We got a great giveaway for those watching the show live. End of the stream today, I'm giving away a throwback Sauce Gardner jersey. We need a big game from Sauce Sunday against either Jalen Waddle when he's matched up with him or Tyreek Hill. So throwback Sauce jersey is the top prize. Gift the membership for your chance to win. If you don't win, you automatically qualify for our weekly prizes featuring a signed Sack Exchange jersey. Bart Scott, can't wait, signed jersey, and a signed man of the hour, I should say, friend of the show, CJ Mosley, a signed jersey from CJ up for grabs this week as well. Some other sound from Aaron Glenn I now want to play. Let's talk about Aaron Glenn dancing, doing his thing. Now, I want to make it clear because I'm being lumped in with these people that I shouldn't be lumped in with. I had no issue with Aaron Glenn being excited and dancing on the sideline. I personally did not like the clapping right after the game while acknowledging, I don't know what he was clapping at specifically. I just didn't like that on top of the we're not the same old Jets. Him in the moment being excited about Will McDonald's, unbelievable effort on blocking that kick and returning it. I loved it. I have no problem with that at all. But people in my business and people out there, Jet fans, they did. This was Aaron Glenn being asked about his dance moves and sharing his full thoughts.
But here's what I do know, and that's why I'm gonna always be me. And listen, these guys need someone that's going to show they believe in them, and that's going to show they're proud of when they make plays. And I'll tell you what, I thought if I probably didn't do that, my wife and kids would have said, man, what's happening? What's going on with you? And I'm glad that I'm going to never be fake. I'm going to always be me. Some people like, some people don't. It doesn't matter. But I'm glad that, people get to see me, my authentic self, no matter what. And I don't know what it means because someone said, well, do a head coach supposed to act like that? How does a head coach supposed to act? I don't know. But it was good. It was good.
I thought it was a great answer there from Glenn. What were your thoughts?
Yeah, we need more of that. I've kind of made this analogy a couple times, I think with Buffalo earlier in the week, then on my channel. When you look at other teams, and I went back specifically to the Saquon Barkley backwards hurdle play, and you see all the different angles after the game of the players themselves on the sideline and their crazy reactions to what Saquon just did, that has been lacking with the Jets for so long, celebrating those individual moments with their teammates. So if it takes our own head coach to step up and say, I'm going to be the cheerleader for the moment, whatever it is, and get that spark out of our team and show them, hey, this is what we're supposed to do when players like that make an incredible play like Will McDonald just did. We have to actually celebrate it. Obviously, we know that there's still time left in the game, and they're professionals. They can come right back down to earth and still call a game. Like I had people saying, he's got to be talking to Steve Wilkes about how to stop Baker on the ensuing drive. I'm like, in the moment, they're allowed to celebrate. Then they come back down to earth. They have a whole TV timeout to go through it. I'm all for AG and the unapologetic version of him. I feel like outside of the gotta watch the tape press conference, this is what we've seen from AG. And I know that was a little off his path and he was getting a little, snappy with the media for a minute in that one specific press conference, but unapologetically him. And I absolutely love it. Now, to your point about the clapping after the game, I heard Will talking about how he was looking directly at Will McDonald after the game. So I wanted to go back on the All-22, and I almost never watch special teams, but I think it's important in this game specifically because the Jets did something very different the entire time they were lining up in field goal block all day. And then they finally changed, and they got the block with Will McDonald up the middle. That game-winning kick, Jake, they were the length of our hand away from blocking it again. So I I understand where AG was coming from. It's a terrible look because of the context of it's just AG clapping and you can't really see what else is happening. But they were so damn close to blocking a second kick. And that just would have been, we would have lost our shit. Like, let's be honest. We would have been partying in the streets of Tampa Bay. But it is a tough look, obviously, when you're 0-3 to have all these little clips come out. And I mean, this is what happens in the NFL and most sports in general. There's a clip going out of Quentin Johnston cooking Patrick Surtain II off the line of scrimmage. But Pat Surtain is in a trail technique, and there's a safety over top that the angle doesn't show you. And it's like, oh, look how great QJ is. He's cooking PS2. And it's like, all right, let's show all the angles of the play. And I think the nuances come into it a little bit more. But I get it. On the surface, it looks bad because we're 0-3 and the coach is clapping.
The pain never ends, and now Aaron Glenn's going to be memed, and that video will follow him. But if he turns it around and is a great coach, all of a sudden it's a rallying cry. Like, all that matters is winning. But I have no issue with Glenn being excited in that moment. And the clapping thing, to your point, it certainly makes more sense. I have a way bigger issue with the same old Jets. We're not the same old Jets comments because until you win games, unfortunately, you are the same old Jets when you're 0-3 for the fourth time in the last 7 years. Which brings us to our next clip here. So Glenn's asked a question by Rich Samini about his memories being involved in the Jet-Dolphin rivalry. And the beginning of the clip I loved. It's when he started talking about not being the same old Jets again that I started to go, oh, here we go. But we will play the full thing and allow you to interpret your thoughts on these comments here from Aaron Glenn.
You are well-versed in the Jets-Dolphins rivalry going back like 3 decades.
Yep.
And you played in 2 of the iconic games,
Yep.
the Monday Nighter, of course, and then the fake spike. Can you
Yep.
just share your recollections about each of those, particularly the fake spike because you were directly involved?
Well, you have to remember this. I'm a corner, so I forget a lot. But no, that the first one I'll go with my rookie year, the fake spike. I could just remember talking to Ronnie Lott, and I think we had a couple of D linemen that was down on a knee. Because we thought it was about to happen, and it just so happened, like I saw something that just wasn't right, and I just remember trying to run out there to go cover. I think it was Mark Ingram to try to defend the play. And listen, they did a really good job of getting us on that play, and so they scored. And man, I think you talking about the Monday Night Miracle. Yeah, that was an outstanding game. Just when everybody thinks that the game is over with. And that's one thing that we talked to our team about, just belief that no matter what the situation is, you can always come back and win the game. And that was one of those situations where everybody thought we were out of the game. And just to make a long story short, our guys fought to the very end. And that's what you want as a team, to be able to see your guys fight like that and be able to give yourself a chance. And we gave ourselves a chance and ended up pulling that one out. It's very similar to what we did this past week against Tampa by giving ourselves a chance. And that's what I'm so proud of about this team. And if you have the ability to be able to do that, man, you're headed in the right direction. And that's why I make the statement, man, that these guys are not the same old Jets. All right, these guys are a bunch of guys that want to win. They're starting to understand exactly how to win. We just have to do a better job of getting over that hump and winning these games. And I know as we continue to progress during the season, those guys will do a good job of that.
I hope he's right. But once again, Dylan, until you start winning games, you can't say you're not the same old Jets, because the Jets in that game Sunday against Tampa, they once again added to a list going back to last year where that was their 5th loss when they had the lead in the final 2 minutes of the fourth quarter and lost the game, which is 2 more than any other team in the league. So, until you win those type of games, you still are the same old Jets. I get what Glenn's trying to do, but the only way to truly change that narrative is to win football games.
Yeah, and the part about these guys need to learn how to win football games, unfortunately, that's been the case for so long. And
we've said this for years. Yeah, I mean, they blew 7 leads in the fourth quarter last year. It's not like they weren't talented enough to have the lead in the first place. They couldn't win a damn game.
Right, and that's the thing. If you're able to get the lead at one point in the game, you should be able to close it out. And obviously, it comes down to execution and coaching. We can get into it more, but I do think that Steve Wilks put them in a better position, specifically on third downs, to have more success. They were running more one high pre-snap looks that they would rotate out to 2 high. They even did Michael Carter II as a deep half safety So they're trying new things. But yeah, it's probably going to take a while for these guys to learn how to consistently learn how to win football games. And we talked about it a little bit offline. When I was with Jet Nation, we used to always say, like, even in the midst of our winning streak, like, multiple things can be true. This can look like the same old Jets, but when you put on the film, there are some things that show you there's a light at the end of the tunnel where we won't be the same old Jets at the end of it. Now it's up to the coaching and the players' execution, obviously, to get us there. And week 3 was a situation where I thought coaching changed. The first half versus the second half looked completely different for the offense and the defense. I thought Engstrand did a better job trying to get their guys back. And I know it was 26-13 at one point in the game. Like, it was getting getting late pretty early for the Jets. So they had to adjust on the fly. But defensively, I thought Wilkes did a good job, obviously. Player execution, 16, 19 missed tackles, whatever the number fell on. It's way too many missed tackles. And it felt like Tampa was giving us all the opportunities to come back in the game. And the players just weren't executing at the time of, like, these little individual moments that stack up over the course of a game. And that's how you end up losing by 2 points, because they left a lot of points out on the field in the first 2 drives. Arian Smith had the 2nd and 1 offsides penalty that turned into a 2nd and 6, and they weren't able to move the chains again from that point. They were at the 12 or 17 yard line. At that point, they settled for a field goal right on the first drive. So that 4-point swing was huge. And then the second drive, they get from their 37 to the Bucs 29 in 2 plays. They had a 17-yard pass to Garrett and a 14-yard run to Breece Hall. Then they have a holding penalty on Fashanu, who brings it back to the 38. Then you end up settling for a field goal instead of potentially giving yourself another chance at a touchdown. So instead of 2 opening drives leading to 14 points, it was 6-3. And it's really unfortunate that, like, those little things over the course of the game are going to stack up against you. So, I mean, there's reasons to believe that it's not going to be the same old Jets, but I'm not going to push back on anybody who's tired of watching losses and wants to use that slogan, because until you win, that's what we are.
I did love the answer about the fake spike being like, I'm a corner, so I forget.
Oh, that was the best. Yeah.
So I did enjoy that. Are you aware that the Dolphins have a player on their team, by the way, named Storm Duck?
Their cornerback, yeah. Starting corner, and I think he's hurt.
He is hurt. He's on the injury report. So the latest on Storm Duck is that he's dealing with an ankle. He did not participate today. What I didn't know is that Storm Duck is actually related to one of our most famous listeners, Jason Allen Storm Duck.
Oh, no. I am not a duck.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's go to Beast Breaker to confirm the relationship here. Beast, your thoughts?
You're a dead man. You're a dead man.
I'm a dead man?
Whoever put that picture up of that's someone's gonna be a dead man. Walking.
What if I told you it was Gator McCluskey? Not to throw anyone under the bus.
If I was Sting right now with a black and white paint, I would say, you're a dead man.
Beast, why so hostile?
Do I look like a duck to you?
His last name is Duck. You guys are related. Jason Allen Storm Duck.
In the words of Steve Austin, I don't give a rat's ass who he is, what he is.
Why does that have to be
We're two different worlds here. Two.
Everybody in the world says I don't give a rat's ass. It's not a quotable quote.
Look.
Hey, move that mic. That's not plugged in.
I made 70 bucks.
Out of the way. It's doing nothing for anyone.
Yeah, sure. I just made 70 bucks today.
Sure.
So don't even get me on.
You made 70 bucks?
That's right, pal. It's coming this way in the next couple days.
Wait a second. This contradicts a moment in the chat that I was going to bring up with you.
Did you even see me working this morning?
No.
We saw you sweeping the sidewalk.
Yeah, bullshit. You didn't pay attention hard enough.
Now, Beast wrote in the chat before, Jake, I made some money today. So then Interface LTD wrote in, Jake, what's the over-under on FanDuel, how much Beast made today? And then Beast responded, that's none of your damn business. But then he couldn't wait to just tell us just now, Dylan, that he made 70 bucks. So what's the real answer here?
70.
Right. Everyone has to work for it.
Now, I received this email from Jason before the show. He says, I made 70 bucks cutting grass, sweeping up twigs, and removing these squirrel nuts. Tell us more.
I had to get rid of them. It's fall. It's time to get to work because you don't know when we're going to get that blizzard. There is an Almanac 2025. I just read it, and we are in for a blizzard. So prepare, be ready, look ready, because you don't know when it's coming, and you can take that picture and shove it up your big ass.
Hey, Beast, give us a little quack. Give us a little storm duck.
How about Austin 360 said I just whipped your ass?
Give me a little quack quack.
All you gotta do is buy a cheap bottle of Thunderbird and take some of that courage and you drown your.
I am thrilled for Beast that he made $70 today, though.
Yeah, I mean, he almost made as much as me. I mean, granted, I only worked for like an hour and a half because we got to the job and everything was shit. But, I use that analogy. You pull up the floors and you see what's underneath. And if it's shit, you can't do any work or you have a lot of work to do. That's exactly what happened to us today. We get there, we pull up the whole floor, and it's way beyond our powers to fix what is going on underneath. So
wow. Stunning.
Hopefully AG is not facing those same struggles.
Johnny Boy with our first super chat. He says, major shout out to our guy. Happy birthday, Rich. Happy birthday to Rich. It was his 60th birthday the other day. We shouted him out on the show, but always want to make sure the community shouts out our guy, Rich. Big fella says, twinsies. That's right. I'm rocking my Dylan Tamman official shirt that Dylan gave to me in Tampa last week. Dan, the Jet fan, says he has no problem with the dance, just too premature. Yeah, and look, Aaron Glenn can't know that his defense is automatically going to blow it. He can be excited in the moment. Unfortunately, it's used against him because they lost. We would be loving it every step of the way had they won the damn game. I mean, that's just how it goes in sports.
The easiest way to wipe it clean is get a win on Monday, and then the Jets are able to use it on their own social media first before, because I joked with you. I'm like, those Bills montages they do as soon as they win the game, and they always find things related to the team that they just beat. That dance is going to end up there. So the Jets have to win, get out in front of the meme and turn it back on themselves and be like, haha, now you can't use it on us.
I'm in a giving mood today, Dylan. All right. We raised a ton of money this morning for charity. We're giving away a Sauce jersey at the end of the show, a throwback Sauce jersey. So what I'm going to do right now coming up is I'm going to gift 5 memberships. If you want one, you have to be subscribed to the channel. You have to like the video, and you have to make sure that you have in your settings that you want to be eligible to receive a gifted membership. And if you get one from me, I will put you in the Asmaniac raffle. I see J-Quest right now doesn't have a membership. I don't know how that's possible. So I'll tell you what, I'm going to give 5 coming up. So be on red alert. But ladies and gentlemen, the Lup Man just came through for the people, a 5 spot of channel memberships. Luppy, this is for you.
Hello. You play to win the game.
Luppy's playing to win a Sauce jersey. Now, I'm also going to share this photo that Luppy sent me. Luppy earlier this week on Tuesday won the signed football by Darrelle Revis, and it already arrived. I sent it out Tuesday afternoon. It arrived today. Luppy sent me the photo of him showing off the signed ball, and he wrote to me, had to do the Gary point. So, Luppy, shout out to you. You're in the raffle at the end of this show and our weekly raffle, and you get to be our first caller on the show today. Ladies and gentlemen, the Lup Man is up first on the Gusbuster hotline. What's up, Luppy?
There we go. Point. Darrelle Revis. That's crazy. Came so quickly, Jake. What was that about?
You find me a show host that is able to get raffle prizes as quickly as I get them out to my listeners.
Maybe you should play quarterback for the Jets. You get a touchdown that quickly. That'd be great.
I deliver, baby.
DT, you're the man. I don't shout you out enough, but you're the man. Seriously.
You're the man, Lup. I appreciate you.
Yeah, Dylan, pressure. How are we going to get pressure this week? We got to get pressure. You got to get 2 off his freaking spot. You got to smash him. You got to hit him. Right?
Yeah,
That's what we got to do.
So the Jets, I believe the metric I read was they were top 8 in blitz percentage rate. And they were bottom 6 in pressure percentage. I'm like, you cannot be sending. It's not the scheme. It's not the scheme, Lup. The guy who made the scheme told us this. I think they have to be decisive when they want to blitz, right? You can't just be obvious with it. And now that you don't have Quincy Williams, it's going to make it a lot harder to try to disguise your blitzes. Now, I will say that pre to post snap, Tua Tagovailoa are 2 completely different quarterbacks. And you are able to disguise a little bit more. I saw the Buffalo Bills sealed the game with an interception on a post-snap disguise where they dropped the guy out and he intercepted.
When have we disguised anything?
So I was just going to get there. This past game, I went back and I watched all 13 of the Bucs' third down attempts. They had, I think, 9 pass plays and 4 run plays. So I honed in on the 4 pass plays because that's where you can really see the difference in coverage. About 4 or 5 times, they had a single high safety with like Malachi Moore in the box, and then they rotated Cisco down. They put Malachi Moore into the deep half, and they used Michael Carter in the other deep half. So they were doing little things. Now, their third down success rate, it was 4 of 13. So it was working. And 3 of those successful plays were runs. It was like a 2nd and 2 or 3rd and 1, and they ran it. So there were more instances than not where the disguise actually helped. And they were even able to get a sack. Quinnen and Harrison Phillips split a sack on one of those third downs. So third down specifically, Wilks was doing more disguises. I don't know enough about first and second down to speak confidently, but third down, that was the high leverage situations where everybody was getting picked apart pre-snap, and Rodgers was like, okay, I'm just going to go here. And Josh Allen's like, okay, this guy's not blitzing, so I'm just going to throw here. And everybody was able to diagnose it. And I felt like Baker didn't have the best time diagnosing our third down defense. So like I said about Tua now, if we disguise more on earlier downs, first and second, by the time we get to third down, Tua really is not going to have any clue on what he's seeing. So it really comes down to player execution, but we were disguising more.
A little different with running quarterbacks when that happens, because I think the third down situations that we got burned on the previous games before this was the running quarterback, and Tua is not a running quarterback. I think that everybody was covering, and then the running quarterback, Josh Allen, whoever it was, would run up and get the first down because nobody was covering him. I know that's a linebacker thing, and we missed CJ Mosley, so it was great to see him today, but you missed that. You missed that kind of linebacker play. And I know we paid Sherwood, and he's still learning, and it's just growing pains in an area that we have a problem with.
Yeah, and unfortunately, we let Baker win at his own game, which is maneuvering in the pocket, breaking tackles within the pocket, breaking out of the pocket, extending plays, being such an improviser. I saw a stat here from the guy from, I believe, the 33rd team, Steve Palazzolo. He used to be a PFF. He said total EPA on dropbacks under pressure. Baker Mayfield is first at a 13.7. That is like an astronomically high EPA. Second place, so he's 13.7. Second place is Jared Goff at 0.5. That is how good Baker is at creating and improvising under pressure. So like the Jets literally gave him the opportunity.
Where's Tua?
It only shows the top 3. And then third is Josh Allen at negative 0.2. So I would assume Tua is obviously in the negative under pressure, but Tua is so different versus pressure versus non-pressure. You give Tua that first read and he's able to get the ball out real quick, then he has success. But if you take away the first read, make him read the rest of the field, buys your time for the defensive lineman to get home, get a little under pressure for Tua, he's going to throw a ball 15 yards over Tyreek's head and allow for your safeties to intercept it. I think Tua is one of the worst quarterbacks we're facing this year, and I think this is the time where you have to take.
I think the worst under pressure, though. But we have to get pressure. We haven't got pressure on anybody.
He's the worst. He's the worst of the 4 in general.
Yes.
But yes, from a pressure perspective, from an accuracy perspective,
and worried about running too.
Oh yeah, he's not going to run. He's not going to run because he's too afraid to get hurt. So if he runs, he's just going to immediately slide. He's going to do like what Tyrod Taylor does. He's going to get down for 2 yards and not take the hit,
Yeah, but we need to get pressure. There is no excuse anymore. We have to scheme pressure. And if you're a defensive coordinator, you find a way to do that.
Quinnen on the edge. Quinnen on the edge. Why not?
Anyway it goes. I'm happy if that happens. But Tua, like I said, he's going to kill us with Tyreek Hill and Waddle, because our secondary is not all there. We all know that. But that if we don't get quick pressure on him and make him make the mistakes, if we do that, this will be the first time we get a turnover this year. Am I wrong? Right? But if we don't, it's going to be a crazy Monday night.
Yeah, this is the measuring stick game, in my opinion. I know all these other games are good to see where you stack up against really good, deep playoff run type teams or even fringe playoff teams like the Steelers. But this is the measuring stick game of what the hell are we worth this season and what do the expectations need to be versus what have they been. And I feel like if we lose, a lot of it is going to be, okay, we're probably a 4 or 5 win team. And Jake's nose was probably correct back in April. But if you win, then you're right back at 1-3 with a chance to go to 2-3 against Dallas, who is one of the other defenses that makes the Jets not look like the 32nd best in the league.
Yeah.
Hey, Lumpy.
Yes.
Question for you.
Yeah.
Bo thinks that you sound like Robert De Niro. Has anyone ever told you that?
Bo, you talking to me? You talking to me, Bo? I don't see anybody else. You must be talking to me. I think you're talking to me, Bo. You must be talking to me.
Ladies and gentlemen, I think that's Robert De Niro. I think we've done it. Lumpy, you're the man.
Thank you, guys.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Lump Man.
What a legend.
I think that's him. Lumpy, get yourself a nice case for this Revis ball, baby.
Has anyone ever seen Lumpy and De Niro in the same place before?
That's a good point. Very good point. Ladies and gentlemen, memberships are flying off the shelves. Who else other than Bo C? Bo, thank you for all your donations to Tunnel to Towers this morning on the show. And Bo's back in the afternoon gifting 5 channel memberships for the community. We call it around here Bo Knows. So, folks, stop what you're doing and sing along.
Bo knows football. Bo knows baseball. Bo knows tennis. Bo knows basketball, too.
Bo Knows channel memberships. Damn right he does. I'm going to give 5 coming up. So make sure if you want one that you like the video, subscribe to the channel, and you give yourself a chance. Gator says that Beastbreaker made more money today than Charles has in the last 30 years.
Sad but true.
You think so?
Okay, Jake, every time I cook a meal in my apartment, I say this is one meal more than Gorman's ever cooked in his apartment. So, yes, this is absolutely true by Gator.
Now, to defend Gorman a little bit, I don't think I've cooked too many meals in my apartment.
Are you not a cook?
I order out almost every meal.
But you use your own money for that, right?
I do, yes.
Yeah, okay.
Well, it's the Asmaniacs' money.
Oh, so we're splitting it 42,000 ways? Is that
No, I'm just saying in general, I use the Asmaniacs' money because
yes.
they pay the bills around here, you know?
That's true.
It's my job. Talk about a bad football team.
The Asmaniacs also pay Gorman's bills.
They do. Well, I mean, it depends on how you want to word this, Gator, because Gorman did have a day where he made like $800 from this community.
Oh my!
He didn't do anything other than get catfished, and he's fortunate people like him. But
okay,
Gorman did make $800.
Yeah, Gorman making that money is like my 9-year-old nephew calling me on his birthday and telling me he made $500. I'm like, did you make $500, or were you born 9 years ago and people gave you money? He was like, yeah, that one.
Derek, welcome to the Asmaniac raffle. You're in for one. And it's now time to be a relationship therapist because Jack writes in, how do you get rid of a clingy girl that won't leave you alone? Dylan, you've been married before. Your thoughts on this one?
You could give her Beastbreaker's phone number. And she could deal with Beastbreaker and then have the clinginess reciprocated back onto her until hopefully she understands that she herself is clingy. But yeah, that's a tough one. Stage 5s are always a rough go.
Amanda Madison has weighed in, so we get the 4%er perspective here. Jack, you should become the clingy one and scare her off, or you could tell her how you really feel, but that's way more boring.
That's fair. That's from the female's perspective, that is fair. If she's saying you can be clingy back and scare her off, then all power to you, man. I don't know if that's the route I would take, though.
Ladies and
Seems like
gentlemen,
a lot of effort.
Here's what I would recommend to you, Jack. All right. You have to either be head on direct and you can be nice about it and hope that she takes the hint, or you have to pull back. Like if you keep responding to every text, call, DM, she's going to feel encouraged to continue. So I would pull back a little bit on the responses, keep the interaction short and polite. Don't give her any false hope. Even like small gestures, like liking posts or flirty comments, like don't send any mixed signals. You got to be consistent with this. You might need to set some hard boundaries. Or you could just block her on everything and make sure you never see her again. So I don't know. You choose your path, Jack. It's up to you. Let's see what the chat is saying on this one. Gator writes in, how do you get an attic-dwelling duck to stop calling you on Instagram? This sounds oddly specific. What else do we have here? Richard with a super chat. If you had to choose 3 words to define what you want the Jets to represent from now until the end of the season, what would they be?
That's a good one.
I got it. Ready?
Yeah.
Win football games.
Okay. That was about as easy as you could make that. So I'm going to go a little bit deeper. I'm going to say competitive, resilient, smart.
I got 3 more for you. You ready?
Sure.
No
Moral.
Yep. Victories.
You have way too much fun with that one.
What's funny is Gator did not make that one, despite what people think. That was made by a good friend of the show who wants to remain anonymous. The same person responsible for many of our famous videos like this one.
For as long as I can remember, ever since I was a little boy, it was my dream to go to Hogwarts. People always told me, Beast, you're not a wizard. You don't know magic. But I said, I don't care. I'm doing it anyway. And guess what? So what did I do? I grabbed the nearest wand and started flinging it around. Pew, pew, pew. Abracadadoodle. Now nobody disrespects me because I'm a proud graduate of Hogwarts. And listen up, 6 rings. Keep talking and I get a spell for you behind the 7-Eleven.
That's for you, Purple Belt Mike. I know how badly you wanted that one to play. Terrence writes in, I wanted to meet Dylan on Saturday, and this girl was clinging on to him. So, Dylan, we will meet next time.
I can explain this. If I'm remembering it correctly, because not many women were hanging on me Saturday night. I believe this was Janice Jett. This is when I came in from the outside bar area. I was coming in. It was like around the time when Fireman Ed was about to get there. I see Robbie Sabo. I'm making my way because like we wanted to chop it up. I got about 6 words into Robbie. He's telling me how my Josh Reynolds take was so great. And I'm thanking him for it. And all of a sudden, Janice Jett pulls me aside and we're face to face for like 3 minutes. Robbie goes and walks away. I didn't get to talk to Robbie ever again. So yeah, Janice Jett, that was her clinging on at that moment. But it was a good time. It was a good time.
You're saying Janice Jett prevented you from a meet and greet with Robbie Sabo?
Yeah, I even messaged Robbie after the fact. I was like, dude, I'm so sorry. I was like, I wanted to stay and talk to you for a minute. He's like, dude, I saw that woman all over you, so I was going to let her do her thing. And he's like, we'll chop it up soon.
I think Janice Jett is cheating on me with you. This is me and Janice Jett. I thought we had a connection.
This is a similar embrace. Yes, this is a very similar embrace. She asked me to sign a baby's onesie, if I'm not mistaken.
I think I signed that too.
It was for a bear. It was a shirt for a bear.
I signed the Jake Asman teddy bear that she brought.
Yes.
Here's Janice. Janice is awesome. I got to meet Janice and her family. Huge fan of the show. She was rocking the G5 shirt for my merch store. Janice is awesome.
The newest member of the A1 since day one community, Janice Jett. So I certainly appreciate her.
Oh, actually, here's a great photo that Janice actually sent me. You're in this, Dylan. So this did happen at some point.
I'm always nervous when I'm in the background of these photos because it's like, what version am I going to see?
Janice, I don't know if you're watching right now, or you'll see this after the fact, but you're the best. It was great to meet you. This is this is the meeting of the minds right here. Hold on. My streamer not let me switch slides. Hold on. I literally cannot even click anything to upload. Hold on. Can I play a video or are we screwed?
Come on, 6 rings. We're just trying to show a good time.
Yeah, I'm getting hacked. Hold on. I got to do it. I literally cannot click anything. I got to reset my streamer. Give me 10 seconds.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, I know.
But yeah, Janice Jett was great. Everybody was great. I met Philly Noodles, Big Fella, Dave Briga, Rick Kent, Jay Graves, Aurora, Ted. So many people. I know I'm forgetting a bunch. ISU. We met at the tailgate, like so many great people. So I am nervous about these pictures though, because if I'm in the background, I don't know what I look like.
This is a good one right here.
That's a great one. Yeah. Yeah, that's about as close as I got to talking to Robbie because then I was pulled away. by Janice. And look at that hair. Rick Kent with the hair, baby.
Rick Kent, man. Rick Kent looks so Hollywood with this outfit here.
Oh, for sure.
Hollywood Rick, the great Rick Kent, who won a signed CJ Mosley helmet on our first show. That's Jay Graves. That's DT. We got Janice Jet. We got Sabo. Love that. Let's see.
My eyes look absolutely closed.
Incredible. Absolutely incredible. Shout out to Janice and shout out to everyone who was at our meet and greet on Saturday. A couple super chats we'll get to here, and then we will get right back to your calls. Bo C checking in. He's in our Sauce Gardner throwback jersey raffle for 2. Thank you, Bo. What are the Jets' 3 major weaknesses? Now explain how you would fix them. Dylan, you handle this one because you're watching the film of every game so far. The 3 biggest weaknesses through the first three games.
Okay.
How can they fix it?
This is through the entire season. I would say run blocking consistency has not been great. There's been moments where I would just say the run game in general, because there are moments where the blocking holds up. And to be honest, Brees just takes the wrong hole. Or there's times where the blocking breaks down and Brees is getting contacted 3 yards back in the line of scrimmage. So I would say the run game. And honestly, the only way to fix it is just like time on task, right? Continue trying to run the ball. And I think Justin Fields will help with that aspect, because you're going to get the north-south, and then you're going to get the east-west element with the zone read and stuff like that, where you're going to put that end man on the line of scrimmage in a little bit of a conflict. So you're kind of lightening out the box a little bit, because that guy's got to stay home to make sure the quarterback doesn't keep it. So I would say the run game needs to improve. I think in-game adjustments need to improve a little bit more on both sides of the ball. I like a lot of what Tanner Engstrand is doing. There's guys running open in the scheme, but I kind of made this point on Twitter that it's not enough just to have guys running open in the scheme, right? That's what Mike LaFleur was doing too. We had Garrett and Elijah Moore always running open. Even Braxton Berrios was getting open in the Mike LaFleur system. It's about adjusting on the fly, drive to drive, and not just waiting till, 2 quarters of the game are gone to try to make your adjustments. And I go back to the Bills game, because any good offensive coordinator, in my opinion, would have seen those corners pinching in every time you went under center, and you would change that. You would throw a quick little out now screen to the wide receiver where the blitz is coming. They call that throwing hot. You throw into the direction of the blitz because they're vacating that area. So you have free yardage at your disposal. And I didn't like Angstrom not taking advantage of those moments. And I felt like watching the Bucs, those quick snaps at the line of scrimmage when they had 3 to a side, the Jets were one-on-one trying to tackle in space and they couldn't do it. So I'm watching other teams in real time do it, and I'm not watching Engstrand do it. Now, the third and the biggest weakness, in my opinion, and this is all Engstrand.
We're the Jets.
There are 32 instances of this team going under center on offense. 32 snaps over 3 games. Jake, do you want to venture to guess how many of those 32 snaps are true drop back passes? So not play action, not an RPO, and not a traditional run play. Just a true 5 to 7 or 3, 5 or 7 step drop back.
You said 32 total. So
32 total snaps. Yes.
I mean, it's obviously a crazy number if you're bringing it up. I'll say 30 of 32.
You're going the complete wrong way. The answer is 0. Every time the Jets go under center this year, it is play action or a run. Okay? If a dopey stoner,
you're saying just a straight drop back. I was considering. I thought it was just a pass in general. Okay.
No play action, no run. Just a true 3, 5.
Fields under center, and it's like, is it a single back set?
Yes, single back, I formation, anything. It's always play action or it's a guaranteed run.
Yeah, so the tendencies is like, come on.
Yes, so that is the tendency, right? It is 20 runs, 8 play action passes, 2 quarterback spikes, which is a tempo thing, and that doesn't really count. 1 delay of game penalty, and then 1 what I call a creative, which was the Arian Smith end around. Those are all your snaps from under center, okay? And then you expand that out to pistol formation. So you're not talking about traditional shotgun. That is aside. Pistol and under center, you have 44 snaps total, and you have 2 examples of a true drop back pass. Everything else is play action or running. So what that tells any defense, because if I can figure it out, Sean McDermott can figure it out with Bobby Babich and figure it out for the Bills, and Todd Bowles can figure it out for the Bucks. They go under center, just load the box. Just crash down at the mesh point on the running back and have one guy sell out to the quarterback, because if he holds on to it, it's going to be a 7-yard loss. I think about the TJ Watt play where he blew up Justin Fields, where Justin Fields didn't even keep it on the zone read, right? Defenses do that every time we go under center because they know we're not a threat to pass. Yeah, sure, play action passes, that's fine. It's usually a rollout, and it's a flood concept with 3 to a side, and you're able to cut the field in half, but the defense also cuts their field in half. So a huge tendency that I think Engstrand needs to get rid of right now is under center unpredictability.
Good answer there from Dylan, who watches all these plays and charts them, and it's insane the amount of research he puts in game in, game out. This one's from Kashmir, who says, I think the Jets are cursed from the fixed Super Bowl we won in 1969. Story has it that game was fixed for the Jets to win. I got a lot of dumb comments. This one is right up there with any of them that I've ever received. Kashmir, thank you for the super chat, but come on, man.
You get the fuck out.
You think Super Bowl III was fixed? That's what we're doing now? I can't.
I need to address Jets Worldwide's comment just a couple seconds ago. Dylan, you know Mike McDaniel watches this show, right? That's fine. If other teams want to use my data and it works against the Jets, quite frankly, I don't care, because the Jets aren't using my data. They're not looking at my data and saying, hey, this dopey stoner with 3 monitors 500 miles away from our facility can figure this out. Why can't a smart defensive coordinator or offensive quality control coach figure this out? Like, they know this stuff.
David Aaron writes in, and then we'll get right back to your calls. Recently had a woman put the moves on me. I found out that my brother was in on the action. Decided that a woman isn't worth the brother friction. Hey, now.
Being brothers and then being Eskimo brothers are 2 completely different things. You never really want to intertwine those 2, though. So that's a tough one. I guess it depends on who likes her more.
David, please follow up and let us know how this ended. I'm very curious. More of your calls now, shall we? And once again, I'm going to give 5 memberships coming up. We are giving away a throwback Sauce Gardner jersey. And I'll tell you what, if you want a Garrett Wilson one instead, we can make that happen. But Sauce or Garrett throwback jerseys, the top prize in today's Asmaniac Daily Raffle. Let's say hello to Indy Jets, who's up next. What's up, Indy? Indy?
Uh-oh.
It's the Indy Wi-Fi.
All right, we got you.
I think we're back. Hey, Jake, some of those pictures of Dylan, it's pretty rough when you can be blindfolded with dental floss. You notice those? I don't know if he was sleeping. I don't know what it was, but most of those photos, his eyes were not open. So I don't know what was going on there.
Dylan was down bad, man. I mean, look, he did make it to the end of the night, but the next day, Dylan was not Dylan until he needed to use some substances to nurse himself back to life.
I had to bring him back down, but no, Dylan wanted, you see, I've got the green shirt. You've got the nice black shirt, right?
Yep.
I see, and I've got the one of a kind here.
Hell yeah. Let's go.
The only green one, man. The only green one. We got Dylan set up on it with his merch store, and we've got a great vendor here, and so Dylan was kind enough to give me the lone green one.
You deserve it, bro. I really appreciate you helping me out, and I know it's been pulling teeth with the t-shirt guy, but we finally got him. We're able to distribute them now, and I just got to get to the post office. But I was so glad that you were able to do all that for me. I'm greatly appreciative of you. And
absolutely,
it's gonna be great.
But yeah, I just had to show off the green one there, Jake. And so hopefully he'll get his store going up and get it up on the and people will be able to order whatever off of Dylan.
Absolutely. I just dropped my email in the chat. If anybody wants to email me, just give me your size and everything, and I'll get them ordered, and I'll tell you how much it costs. I'm shooting for $20 a shirt. and then I'll take care of the shipping for now until I figure all that out. So my email is in the chat if anybody wants a DT t-shirt.
Yeah, and Dylan will be coming to Charlotte here for the Panthers game, Jake. You guys are having your game there. And that weekend, the Charlotte's Jets Club is our fundraiser weekend. That they do a golf outing, they do, raffles, all kinds of things. For all the proceeds go to Marty Lyons, the Marty Lyons Foundation.
Very cool.
Yeah,
Let me know when we get closer. Remind me, we'll plug it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And so Dylan's going to do a little. He's going to come in. He's going to come to the watch party for our big fundraiser weekend and that all the proceeds go to the Marty Lyons Foundation. So great job for you. Appreciate you coming up and hanging out with us.
Absolutely. I will not be drinking any jet fuels at the meetup though.
Fair enough. Good to see you guys.
Indy,
great to see you, Indy. Thank you so much, man.
Good call there from Indy Jets. Ladies and gentlemen, this guy is calling us live from Beast Breaker's attic. Up next. I just realized I ruined the game by saying where you were calling from.
You're getting assailed in the chat. So, for the people who weren't there and the uninitiated, what are the contents of jet fuel? Do we know?
It was like a Long Island iced tea that was green tinted. I don't know. I went up to the bar with Lou B, super fan, and the bartender had four bottles.
That's Lou B, Jet super fan to you.
Excuse me. And she had 4 bottles turned over into the glass. And I was like, how many of these are we supposed to have, by the way? She's like, man, like 3 might be your limit. I was like, this is my 5th. And she then turned it green, and I was on my way.
So, I mean, that's a clear indicator that you are more of a stoner than a drinker, I think, right? Like,
I only drink when I go to Senior Bowl, when I go down in Mobile, and I only have like 1, maybe 2 rum and cokes a night just to loosen up and be able to like network with people, because there's like ESPN, NFL Network, all the big guys are down there. So like I get a little nervous, and that's how it started at the meetup. I just wanted to like take the edge off, but we were met at the door with a shot of whiskey, and I hate whiskey. And I took it, and I was like, oh, I need something to wash this down. And a jet fuel was put into my hand. So that it kind of just snowballed right away.
Yeah, whiskey needs to be sipped on ice, bourbon preferably. But yeah, that's crazy. As far as the famous storms go, I would rank Storm Duck as number 3. Jason Allen Storm is number 2. And the number 1 storm has got to be Mason Storm, Steven Seagal's character from Hard to Kill. That's a great storm.
I'm taking Jason Allen Storm Duck, number 1.
Anyway.
Hey, what does it smell like in there, Kyle?
Oh, my God. It's like death uncorked.
Oh.
But onto the Finns and the Jets. Like, I think we had this idea of Tua in our head from a few years ago where he was just dicing us up. And, he has had a fair amount of success against us. But I think we need to remember that this is not the same team. Like, that offensive line looks to be bad.
Mm-hmm.
And, they have some good skill players, but you got to be able to get the ball out and get the ball to them. And then the defense is another story too. Like they have tremendous problems in the secondary, and they've had problems stopping the run so far. So, in a battle of the basement dwellers, anyone has a chance. I've begrudgingly given Tua respect for the amount of success that he's had in the league, because I didn't think he was gonna. Maybe I have a bias against lefties or whatever. I don't know how Dolphin fans can live like that. Like, he's one hit away from being out of the game, and and I don't mean the game he's playing in. I mean the NFL. So it's like it's a very scary proposition for him. Everyone's different. Like, if it were me, I probably would have taken my ball and gone home. but obviously the guy wants to play, and that's his prerogative. I just hope that he's able to have a good afterlife with his family after the game. But like this is not a guy with this team. I feel like Tua is this is my long way of saying I think this is Tua needs a team, a complete offense to be effective, and I don't know that they are that anymore. So that's one thing to look for. Can we get pressure, even with JJ out, whether it's coming from the second level, the third level? Can Will McDonald get home? Can Quinnen get home? If so, and we can get one turnover or one special team play, we should be right there.
I think it's going to be a tight game, Kyle. Excellent call. I think it comes down to turnovers by the Jets. I'll continue to say it. 3 games in, 0 defensive turnovers. The Jets and the Dolphins are the only teams in the league that don't have a turnover yet. So I feel like we're due for someone, and I think that will determine who wins Monday.
Yeah, 100%. And to his point, their offensive line, it's like, yes, they have a ton of speed and track athletes at the skill player positions, but they invested so heavily in those skill player positions that they truly neglected offensive line. I'm looking Patrick Paul, Jonas Savanaia, their second-round pick from this year, Aaron Brewer, who was a free agent from Tennessee, Brunskill, who was a free agent from Tennessee, and then Larry Borum is their starting offensive line from left to right. Obviously, we don't think Jermaine's going to be in this game, but there is a good reason to believe that this is the trench battle, more like more like Pittsburgh, where like you can have the advantage, your defense versus their offensive line. Now, I don't think Miami's defensive line is as good as Pittsburgh's defensive line. So if you're able to control the trenches both ways in this game, I think it's going to go a long way to helping. It really just comes down to, can we tackle in space when they do get the ball into those track stars' hands? But again, you take away Tua's first read and a lot becomes murky for him very quickly, and he is very susceptible to mistakes.
I've been scouring the Discord to try and find a photo of what a jet fuel looks like, DT, and this is the best one I could find. Here's NY Jets Florida Ted, but on the table there, see that green-looking drink in the Coors Light glass? That's a jet fuel in there, and Dylan Tamman had 17 of those things. He lived to tell the tale.
17. No, man, it started with Peg and Artie at lunch. And then Hilton Head Bob bought me another drink at lunch.
The great Hilton Head Bob.
Oh, he was fantastic. Can't say enough nice things about Bob. And then then we got to the meetup. I had the shot, and then like 4 or 5 jet fuels later, we're talking to those lovely ladies, and we're then heading to a club. I remember pointing at a motorcycle. I'm like, Jake, is that our Uber? The 4 of us are going to get on the motorcycle and go to the club. That was a cool club too, right on the marina, all those boats and everything. That was a good time.
The outdoor table with the jet chant from the Bottle Girls.
Oh, Lou B with the bottle service, baby. Let's go.
Unreal. Dana checking in. Throw me in the raffle, please. Did DT hit 1,000 today? He did, Dana. That's right. I like how candid Mosley was today, by the way. New York 28, Miami 20. CJ Mosley was great today, folks. For those of you who were not watching the first show live, we are out at a charity event that U Stadium does every year, charity golf outing in Westchester. CJ was the big guest, and we raised money for the hat I'm wearing, Tunnel of the Towers, which helps 9/11 families. And CJ came on with me for almost 30 minutes. Great interview with the former Jet linebacker who is happily retired. I did ask him if he could suit up Monday night because no Quincy, kind of short at linebacker right now, but CJ says he is happily retired.
And you've talked to CJ during his playing career, I remember. So do you notice a difference between guys maybe when they're in the middle of their playing career versus when they're on the outside of their playing career? Like, did you feel like he was a little bit different?
Yeah, he way more reflective, right? Like it wasn't all about like the present, or it's like I think he got to appreciate like
more gratitude.
Yeah, 100%.
That's what I felt listening to him. And I mean, I love listening to Mosley talk. I could listen to him talk ball for hours. So I know like why everybody wants him to go into coaching, but I feel like what he's doing with the agency is going to be great. You put the picture up of him signing the helmet. He's signing it left-handed, but he's got the watch on his left wrist. I'm like, isn't that supposed to be the opposite? Because I'm left-handed and I wear my watch on my right wrist.
What's the rule with you're supposed to wear your watch on the opposite hand that you write with?
your non-dominant hand is what I always was taught. Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, because I'm
I
wearing
thought
a
this
watch
was interesting.
right now.
Yeah.
It's on my left hand. It's yeah.
Right. And you just naturally always have put it on your left wrist.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yep.
I don't know. I didn't thought maybe. I don't know.
The
Maybe he's
weird
one of
things
those
that I
people
look
that
at with these pictures that you post.
maybe he writes lefty, but he's a righty.
He could probably throw a ball right-handed. That's what I was assuming. Yeah.
Anyway, congrats to Rick Kent, who won this helmet here that CJ was signing before
yeah.
the interview. The one thing I noticed too with CJ, he's not in playing shape anymore. You could tell, like, he's obviously still big, like he's an NFL linebacker, but he didn't have as much like just pure muscle because he doesn't have to stay in shape for a football season. He's still in great shape, but he wasn't like as ripped as he was the last time I had him on.
Plus, a neck and back injury is going to do that to you in your early 30s. We'll learn all about that, Jake. Welcome to the 30 Club.
Dominic writes in, that's what I learned too. I'm a lefty as well.
Hey, and Kyle Clifton said he was lefty. Let's go. Lefties unite. The 7%ers. Let's go.
David Aaron says non-dominant because the dominant hand gets whacked more often. Gets whacked.
I don't want to know what you're doing with your dominant hand, David.
What the hell are you talking about, David? This is a show about football. I mean, talking about getting whacked here. I mean,
Jay Quest's a lefty too. We got the ultimate pop.
Calm your freaky down.
Please. My God. Hey, huge shout out to James Villafane, who gifted a channel membership. I'm gifting 5 coming up, so make sure you subscribe to the channel if you want to in on the raffle. Let's see. Jack says, I blocked her on everything. Thanks, Jet Nation. Let's party. Wow, Jack blocking the clingy girl that won't leave him alone.
That's one way to do it, man. She's got to understand.
You know, just rip the Band-Aid off completely.
He must not have strong feelings for this woman or girl.
I'd imagine he's probably over it, seemingly.
Yeah.
More of your calls, ladies and gentlemen. Let's say hello to Carlos the Barber, who's next. Hey, Carlos.
What's going on, fellas?
Los.
How's it going?
Doing?
What's the deal today? Who's the guy in the chair?
I got Mr. Rock.
Mr. Rock?
From Milwaukee. Mr. Rock.
Mr. Rock from Milwaukee.
You betcha.
Hell yeah.
So I wanted to call because I was thinking about that great moment where McDonald blocks the field goal, and I don't know if anybody else was thinking like, there's no way we win this, right? Like it was just too good to be true.
Too much time left.
Watching Aaron Glenn run down the sideline, and I'm all pumped up, and but you know when they got the ball back, you know you just one stop defense, one stop, one turnover, something. Can we get something? And we were let down once again, and it's very painful. But, you know, if it's one thing that we have seen throughout these first 3 games is that, number one, we can't stop the run. Number 2, seems like we can't stop the pass neither. And then, is anybody noticing that Breece Hall just doesn't seem like he's hungry when he has that ball in his hand? Like, he just doesn't look like he's hitting the holes the way that he should.
Mm-hmm.
And then another thing, you know, I only played Pee-wee football. I never was too athletic, so I played nose guard. I used to like to chase the quarterback around. But on that pass that was intercepted, the pick 6, I know they tried to put some heat on Garrett Wilson, but if I'm not mistaken, that was a comeback route. The ball should have been right there when Garrett Wilson turns around. No, the ball should have been there. In my opinion, it seems like the ball wasn't there.
I think the timing of the play got a little messed up because they sent a safety blitz and it was straight at Tyrod. So he had to load up to throw while like in the grasp of the blitzer. I believe it was Antoine Winfield. And then it threw off his base and his feet weren't aligned to where he wanted to throw. And it looked like he kind of like sidearmed it a little bit. And when you're making that throw from the far hash to the far sideline, it's a lot more ground than people understand. So yeah, he probably in the timing of the play needed to throw with a little bit more anticipation on that comeback route. And I'm not going to kill Garrett for not, running back to the ball and doing everything, but there is the element that when you see that happening as a receiver, you can't just stand there and be complacent. So it was just a mix of different things, but I think the blitz coming straight at Tyrod Taylor and not being picked up by an offensive lineman or a running back definitely threw off a little bit of his internal clock and got him a little off kilter to make the throw not perfect.
Hey, what type of haircut is The Rock getting, by the way? It looks good.
We're working on a fade with a number 1, and we're getting the top down a little bit so we can give him a nice little comb over. For the nurses, he's got to go in to the hospital, so we're going to get him right before he goes sees the nurses. Never know.
Everything okay, Rock? You going to the hospital?
Yeah, the back surgery didn't work well, and now they're telling me. I mean, I get a guy that says right to me, my doctor. He goes, "We don't know if we can fix what you got going on now." So I hope they can. They got to cut me open again, and I spent 5 months in the hospital rehab to get out. And now, since I've been out, I took myself out July 4th, and it's been downhill since. And now I'm barely able to walk at all. But I didn't want to be in another rehab because,
Oh man. Well, I hope all the best for you. That's definitely a little scary.
Yeah, because when a doctor tells you that, you're thinking, what?
Yeah, you want to do everything to prove him wrong, right?
Yeah, $100,000 to put in 8 screws and some plates, and it's all messed up. And he ain't even asked me, "Did you get in a car wreck or something?" I said, "Nope, I did everything you told me to do to the letter. I did absolutely nothing." So I don't know what happened.
At least you look good, The Rock. I'm confident that everything's gonna be okay.
That's why I came to this guy. He did a good job. I told him I should have took a picture so you don't forget what I'm supposed to look like.
Look good, feel good, right? That's part of it. That's half the battle.
One more thing. Jake, you mentioned something about Miami being and the Jets being the only team that hasn't caused a turnover this year, forced a turnover. And it was the same thing with the Bucs, and the Bucs ended up getting their first turnover against us. I'll tell you what, if we lose to Miami, it's going to get really, really ugly. I think this is a super must-win. I mean, you have to win this game, I think, if we want to even talk about anything near a 9 or 8 win season. So, see what happens. We're ready for it.
Tell me what happened to the Green Bay Packers last week. I didn't get to watch the game. What happened?
Football. Weird.
Yeah. Week to week. Any given Sunday.
Like 3 points? I know. I see the movie.
You seen the movie. I love it. Well, Carlos, keep up the great work. Rock, good luck with the surgery. At least you have great looking hair, and we're pulling for you. Give us an update, all right, Carlos? Keep us posted.
Yeah, best of luck.
I think we actually lost him.
I think we lost him, yeah.
Love it. That was a great call.
Yeah.
All right.
Back troubles are never fun. We know about that with Big Cho.
And Beastbreaker as well. He's always complaining about his back.
I think that's more due to what's going on in the front that is hurting the back.
You mean a guy that does this has back problems?
Oh, shit.
Beast, you there? Beast? Beast Breaker. I don't think he's there. I don't think he's there. It's unfortunate. More of your calls right now, ladies and gentlemen. Up next on our show is Cash Money Mike. What's up, Mike?
What's up, fellas? How you doing?
Hey,
Mike.
what's up, Mike?
What's going on? Yo, Dylan, it was a pleasure meeting you over in Tampa, man. It was awesome. Awesome. We had a great time.
Yeah, you were awesome too. I appreciate it, man. Thank you.
Yeah, definitely. I have to follow you and start watching your podcast. So I'll definitely do that after this call.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I said, we had some good conversations on Saturday and on Sunday. So I appreciate you spending time with me as well.
Yeah, once I woke up on Sunday, I was able to conversate a little bit more. So you caught me at a good time.
Yeah. We were talking while walking to the game, so it was pretty cool.
Look at Cash Money Mike here. Look at this guy. Look at all that cash. $700 at our raffle.
Yeah. It was pretty good. It was a good day. No complaints. I mean, I wish the Jets would have won, but on hindsight, I did bet with them, so they did cover. So You know, so hindsight, I did win technically because they did cover. But anyways, Jake, good post on the golf outing today. So that's what was pretty cool that you were out there representing at the golf outing. So that was pretty cool.
Yeah, thanks for your donation, Mike. That's awesome.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you got to give back. It's that's how you win some, you give some back. So you pay it forward. That's how you have to do it. Real quick on a Jet content. I think Justin Fields, since he practiced today, he's gonna start, even though he hasn't technically come out of the concussion protocol yet. But seems like he practiced in full. That being said, I think he has to have a big game along with Breece Hall. Can we get Breece Hall in the damn end zone this year, please?
Yeah,
So
and
then,
touchdown. You're right.
yeah. The good thing is I do have Garrett Wilson on my big fantasy pool. So he scored 2 touchdowns in 3 weeks. So I'm happy with that. But we need to get Breece Hall in the mix as well. I think if we have a good offensive play, Miami's defense is not that good. I mean, yeah, they're fast on the offensive side, and we are hurting on our side. But I think if we stay upbeat and play the way we played against Pittsburgh and play more fast tempo, not wait till the fourth quarter to play that fast tempo, I think we'll have a better outcome than the last 3 games. So that's my take. I just want to come on here and say I love watching you guys, and I want to say hello to Dylan as well. So it's still hot down here in Florida. I'm sure it was raining yesterday because I know it was raining today, right? Because I think the golf outing was raining, right? Something like that.
It was raining today in New York. Yep.
Yeah.
It was raining in South Carolina. It must have been an East Coast day for rain.
Yeah, it's 85 degrees today, so I can't complain. But on another note, I know this is a Jets content, but how about those Yankees, huh, Jake? How about those Yankees?
Looking good. Hey, get hot at the right time, man. They have a chance to prove a lot of people wrong. I want the division though, man. Forget the wild card. Let's go.
I want the division too.
Let's go.
I want the division, and I'm 100% with you. There's no way Aaron Judge is not winning that MVP. There is no way.
I don't think. I think the voters are there. First off, there's an anti-Yankee bias for sure. There's a Judge fatigue bias because he's won it, and then people are going to say, "Oh, Cal Rowley, 60 home runs," but like every other stat, Judge clears them. He clears them in WAR, which factors in defense. We're gonna give an look. I don't want to diminish Rowley's season.
Correct.
He's hitting 248. Judge is going to win a batting title at 328. He's got 51 home runs. Like I don't know how he's not the MVP other than anti-Yankee bias and the fact that there's Judge fatigue. He's won 3 MVPs already.
Yep. And one other note on that: Riley doesn't play catcher every day. Just to let you know,
he DHs a lot. That's correct.
Yes.
Yep. But Judge missed some time too, and he had the DH
that's
too,
right. He missed. He missed time.
I think Judge should win it. I mean, look, the numbers 100%. Are the numbers here. Now all of a sudden we now don't care about batting average. I mean, Judge got robbed by Altuve in 2017 because Altuve had such a higher batting average. It mattered.
That was hitting on the can year.
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, you know where I stand.
Oh yeah, same here. Anyways, gentlemen, guys, you guys are the best. And I'll catch you guys on another call. All right. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Ladies and gentlemen, Cash Money Mike. I mean, Mike, he won so much money, Dylan. You were too drunk to remember this. You just started flinging $100 bills everywhere. And you missed out on your chance.
Remembered that. My broke ass certainly would have remembered that. He mentioned running the ball. And I have some defensive run metrics for the Jets here. The Jets are top 10. They're actually top 5 in heavy box rate. Shout out to Scott, box manipulation. They're actually top 5.
Calm your freaky down.
Top 5 in heavy box rate. Top 5 in rush success rate. They are top 7 in yards before contact per attempt. And they are 9th in stuffed run percentage. So a lot of good top 10 metrics for this Jets run defense. They're 17th in EPA per rush with a negative score. So what that means is they're always in the right position, it feels like, and they're just not finishing plays. So I like the fact that the Jets run defense has been more consistent than their pass defense. Then you flip it over. Let me see if I can find Miami's. Okay, so in those same metrics where the Jets were all top 10, the Dolphins are 24th, 23rd, 22nd, and 7th. So there is a big emphasis on stopping the run and creating runs on our offense together. Like that's going to be the bread and butter. And that's why, to me, Fields has to be the guy if he's cleared. He's going to give you so much more in the run game against a team that's averaging 140 rush yards allowed per game. Like that is just like, that's a crazy number for the Dolphins to be averaging that much. And I know it's only a 3-game sample size, but still that is enough of a sample size where people are consistently finding success. So you got to hope the Jets go over 100, go back to those Pittsburgh roots where they were running the ball at like a 48% clip. And they were within, when you keep it to neutral game scripts, Jake, which is, you know, you're losing by 7 or you're winning by 7, a 1-score ball game, you can run the ball so much more effectively. Once you get down 2 scores, you go 11 personnel shotgun. They know you're going to pass it every time. So establish the run and stop the run. And I think you give yourself the best chance.
Ladies and gentlemen, there's a comment that needs to be addressed right away. Leon wrote in that Cash Money Mike was throwing bills at the 4%ers. And I'll tell you what, that might have happened. But one guy that didn't need to throw any bills at the 4%ers, they just flocked to him, was One Punch Dave Briga. The life of the party. He really was. I would just like to highlight this. Dylan, do you remember meeting Dave Briga?
I absolutely do. Of course, I would never forget something like meeting Dave Briga. He knew the town that, you know, I lived in from the time I was 20 or 10 till the time I was about 28 when I moved here. 26 the first time I moved here. He knew exactly where it was. He knew the rivalry football game that we play every Thanksgiving against the Cross Delaware River rival high school. He knew all about it. So Briga is a man of achievement. He's a man of knowledge, and he is a man of the ladies.
Well said. Well said. More calls right now. I'm going to give 5 memberships coming up. We are playing for a throwback sauce jersey today. You can get Garrett if you want that as well. You got 2 options. So gift away for your chance to win. Let's get back to your calls. And on the Gusbuster Umbrella Hotline right now is a guy that we love, a guy that we respect. I don't know if anyone fears this man. I'm clearly stalling because I can't find his intro. I have found it. It's Papa Jet.
Holy shit, look at that beard! He has a beard, he's the man. Ain't no Santa Claus. Papa Jet loves the Jets. He's one handsome son of a bitch. It's Papa Jet.
You guys got me?
Oh, we got you.
Absolutely.
That's my favorite bit of Papa Jets. He always wants to make sure that we got him.
It's like the Bobby. How was that?
Well, because I screw up my settings half the time. But anyways, and DT, any given Sunday, my ass. Not for us. You know?
We can't lose you, Papa Jet. We cannot lose you yet.
Aye.
Any given Monday. How about that one? Any given Monday.
There you go. Yeah, for this week anyways. And I think I jinxed us on we can't afford to lose a linebacker. You see how that worked out. So
yeah,
next time I'll keep my mouth shut. But for the Tampa game, I missed most of it, 95% of it. I had family in town. But when I finally got back home and turned it on, it was literally like 2 plays before McDonald's awesome play.
Mm-hmm.
And Jake, I had the same feeling. I think it was a minute 46, and I'm like, come on, defense, just bring it home, you know? And sure enough, I'm just getting frustrated, you know? But I ain't going nowhere. I'm a Jets fan, you know? All there is just to hope, just to have hope. And I just want to see improvement. You know, I mean, I want to win games, don't get me wrong, but this defense, I'm just shocked by it. I mean, I'm not saying they're the number 1 defense, but man, they should be better than what they're playing, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So
we need to finally see the scheme and the execution come together. Even if it's not a perfect defensive game, we need to see glimpses of the scheme and the execution working together, because when the execution was there, the scheme wasn't. And when the scheme was there, the execution wasn't. So we just got to find that blend.
Yeah. And I'm always, you know, my rule for a player, coach, or GM is 2 years. That's just my rule to give them, because I don't think you can really, the first year, they got to work out the kinks and the bugs and stuff, you know. That's just my opinion. But I don't know. It's just, you know, I had some good years in the teens and 20s with the Jets, and it's like, okay, you know, and still got time, you know, and then I get in my 30s, still got time, and 40s, it's like, come on, guys. And in my 50s, and now next year I'll be 6. So I'm coming down the other side of the mountain. I want to see something eventually, but hey, I've been in and out because I've been in a ton of work meetings the last week or so, but what's this about Purple Belt Mike? Is he wearing a paper bag now or something? Or was he talking about it?
Yeah, he's brown bag Mike now. He's ashamed of the Jets.
Okay, so you hide your face in shame. That's what the brown paper bag's all about.
And he's ugly as well.
Well, hey.
Just kidding. Mike is very handsome.
You want to see my version
His
of...
wife just might be blind. Just kidding. We love... we love PBW.
You want to see my version of hiding my face in shame? It's real quick. You ready?
Yeah, I have a feeling.
Oh my God.
How you guys doing?
Hell yeah.
This is amazing.
So this will be so when Papa's got to hide his face in shame, Jake, this I'll be calling in like this. This is my alter personality, Papa It. So
Papa It. As long as we don't progress to a plastic bag over our heads as Jets fans, I think we'll be good.
Yeah. So well, hey, I'll talk to you guys later.
Gator's gonna
man.
have a field day with this.
Talk to you guys later.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Papa It.
Papa It.
Holy shit, look at that beard! He has a beard, he's the man. Ain't no Santa Claus. Papa Jet loves the Jets. He's one handsome son of a bitch. He's Papa Jet.
This is really amazing.
That's the best. That's so cool. You can't see his eyes. You can't see. You used to see like a little point of his nose and like a little bit of his eyebrows, and that's it.
Love it. By the way, I want to make it very clear. Purple Belt Mike is very handsome. All right.
And his wife's eyesight is perfect.
Honestly, can his wife potentially suit up Monday night? Because we could use some help on the defense.
Quinnen gets the sack. Oh, Baker goes down.
We need Tua to go down.
Do we though? Because a lot of Jets fans would tell you that Zach Wilson revenge game would come in and demoralize everybody.
I'll take my chances against him.
That's not gonna happen, dude. And if he does come in the game, I don't see a chance where he like lights us up.
That,
I don't even want to go there. We don't have to. We don't have to go there.
Spencer says, I'm going to the game Monday, bringing a brown paper bag just in case.
You
won't need
a
it.
brown
Jets
paper
win
bag Saturday night.
Man, a lot of pain. Well, for you, it wasn't jet-induced pain.
Jet fuel-induced pain.
Ladies and gentlemen, more of your calls coming up. Beastbreaker just wrote in before. Nobody insults my studio. It's always clean and always busy.
Never seen one person other than Beast in that studio, except for that one time I think his mom made an appearance.
That was his secretary. He said.
Oh, excuse me. Sorry.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's check back in with Beast. I'm sure he has a lot to offer. Beast, you up? You want to get off your bed?
Yeah, I got a sore back right now. I can't be moving around like crazy.
You know, you call into this show, right?
Hey, back up the train.
So if you were tired, you wanted to take a nap, you didn't have to call in. You understand how that works?
I wanted let's get my sleep in, and if you needed something, you could have paged pressing 1.
Well, I'm trying to do a show here. Can you get off your ass, move your mic, and talk to us?
Thank you very much. No.
Do you want to get off your ass and move?
Yeah, well, my ass ain't no damn duck. You better remember that.
Hey, the chat's calling you Storm Duck Beastbreaker.
Oh, now he's done.
Oh,
You've
the
done
chat.
it now,
Oh,
chat.
my ass.
Beast, what's up with this Storm Duck name of yours?
That's bull. You know what? I'm getting so sick and tired of the bull, of the lame chicken shit. You know what? In the words of the great Edge, a.k.a. Adam Copeland, you know what they could just do? You know what they could just do? Go fuck yourself.
Strong.
Good thing the audio quality did not change from you getting from your bed to the desk.
Look, you either in the words of the great Christopher Monasani, show some respect or get whacked.
Can we get some in the wise words of Jason Allen Storm?
I play hard with a vengeance mind.
That's Jason Allen Storm
my
Duck.
mindset is set straight.
Now, Beast, let me ask you. There's multiple
Why?
times you've called in as the farting
My
attic
studio-
monster. What's up with that?
My studio is well respected globally, worldwide. Why? Why do you see it's worldwide?
Is there a difference between globally and worldwide?
The best is yet to come, and you can take that name, that farting monster, shove it right up your ass, because there's only one.
What's for dinner, Beast? We demand to know.
I already went and got myself a $5 slice pizza. How you like them apples, Jack?
$5 for a slice of
$5
pizza?
slice?
Yeah.
How big is the slice?
Normal. Yeah, usual. Nothing new.
What you're showing us with your hands is not a normal slice of pizza.
And so what?
Hey, can you move your mic that's not plugged
Who
in and
gives a
serves no
damn?
purpose? It's tough to see what you're
I
exactly.
look good. Hey, Sonny boy.
My name is Jake, not Sonny Boy.
Yeah, well, on the battlefield, you better bring every.
Hey, Beast, what was it like to FaceTime with everyone at the event on Saturday?
Hey, now this looks great. Phenomenal. It's even better. But wait until you get up close and personal live. And I'm going to tell you
But you
right here.
leave the attic.
we're gonna
How is
win
anyone going to
Monday
meet
night.
you?
We're going to win Monday night. You can bet your sorry
Okay, now
ass
we're on the Monday night.
I'm so glad
We
I was
will.
too drunk for this, apparently.
I don't drink. Drinking is from.
Yeah,
drinking
that's
is-
what I said too, Beast. That's what I said too.
Been there, done that. Don't need it. Don't want it. I've had my fun. I've had my fun with Cuervo. I've had my fun with Salazar, Jack Daniels, Jim Beam, even Crown.
Hey, Diggy
Royal.
Small says this is getting old. Any response to him?
You know it's all about him. He ain't got the dick to score the big, except for the big womp womp 6, 6, 6, 6.
Hey, what's in that sippy cup?
Some juice.
That was water. Now, you know what Sean Handy once said? Sippy, sippy, sippy cup on in. And take this picture and you can shove it right here. Right up your ass. Take it. Take
You
it up
pointed
your
to
ass.
your ass and said shove it right up our ass. So whose ass is it
Yeah,
getting
well-
shoved up actually?
Can we clarify
It
who's
is
doing the
figure
shoving of
out.
what ass?
Yeah, well, I'm not gonna moon anybody because I got my Tabasco boxer shorts on.
What does that mean?
I'm wearing the official Tabasco boxer shirts. I got those picked up.
Hey,
Nice.
Leon wants me to bring back Beast Kardashian. You ready, Beast?
Go screw. You know what? To Leon, go fuck yourself, Pally. You fruitcake, moron, blowhard, jackass, dipshit, candy ass, dickwad, schmuck.
How did you fit into this dress, Beast? I'm dying to know.
I'm sorry. This is so fucking fake. It's horseshit. It's garbage. It's trashy. And it's either-
I thought it was real at first.
You
Beast says
can't
it's not.
convince me it's fake. That Beast, he went and he sucked into that dress.
It worked, baby. Hey, more calls. We were talking about fans wearing brown bags on their head. Spencer called in. Hey, Spencer.
What's up, y'all? How y'all doing?
Spencer, are you ready for the game Monday night?
Yeah, most definitely. You see, I don't have holes cut out yet, so I don't have to watch the game when it
You're not
goes south.
subjecting yourself to it, yeah.
Oh yeah, well, I'm ready. What do y'all think?
Hey,
Think I
real
have to
quick, Baseline just wrote in. How about some serious Jets talk? You're embarrassing the show. Hey, you want serious Jets talk? I got you. I am the guy when it comes to serious Jets talk. Continue, Spencer.
What y'all think? You think I'm gonna have to wear this the whole game or no?
I think they're winning Monday night.
Okay. Hey, I sure hope so, man. Because I don't want to have to wear that the whole game.
I actually don't know. You might. I don't think you need to wear it for the whole game.
Right.
But you might be wearing it at the end of the game.
Yeah, keep it on standby just in case, but I hope you don't have to use it, man.
Trust me. I'm gonna write when will it end on there. So if y'all see me, just know.
Did you go to Incarnate Ward, or are you just wearing the shirt?
I actually did. Yeah, I did.
Were you there when Cam Ward was there?
I was gonna say, didn't Cam start there?
I sat across from him in the cafeteria his freshman year. So.
Oh, look at the humble brag by Spencer.
I had to.
That's
I had
awesome.
to. Yeah,
That's
it
awesome.
was cool. No, but I appreciate y'all letting me hop on and let's go Jets, man. Let's go.
Spencer, bring us a win, man. We need it badly. Badly. More calls. Mark is on the line. What's up, Mark? We hung out with Mark all weekend long in Tampa.
My
Hey, what's up, guys? How you doing,
Dylan,
Mark?
are you up to 1,000 yet? Or are you close? I saw this morning you're
dude,
pretty close.
Dude, shout out to you. You are awesome. So for those that want to know a bit of the backstory, Mark was taking advantage of the long drink line at the tailgate, and he comes over. He's like, DT, let's go and talk to all these people and get them to subscribe to your channel. And I used the QR code that Jake told me to make, and I just put it right on my phone, and I just went down the line, and we got about 9 or 10, maybe even 12 subscribers just in that drink line. And Mark, today we hit it. We're at 103, baby. I can't thank you enough. I appreciate it.
All right, good job.
105, excuse me. We just updated the
Oh, no
tab.
problem. I saw your video this morning.
Oh, yeah.
Good, good. I saw your video this morning. That was a great breakdown on the defense.
Thank you.
So anybody who hasn't seen it or follow him yet.
Yeah. I think there's a little bit of a delay, but that video was very good. And,
Mark, shout out
definitely
to
check
you.
it out.
Great
And
take.
I'll have a guest on tomorrow to break down more of the final drive on defense.
Oh,
but I did
great.
all of the third down plays on my channel.
Ladies and gentlemen, Dylan Tamman. Go subscribe. His link will be in the description, and I'm going to throw it in the live chat right now. Dylan just put it himself, so click that one. All right, home stretch here. I said I was going to give 5 memberships, and I will give 5 memberships in 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ladies and gentlemen, 5 people just became channel members, and 5 people are about to be entered in the Asmaniac raffle. Hey now. Vero Beach, NY Jets, Gregor Smith, crunching numbers, Luca Quintieri, and Joe D all receiving memberships. We only have 17 gifted memberships, including my 5. So if you've never won an Asmaniac raffle, this is most definitely the best time to do it. Also, Jaden D'Angelo, thank you for your Venmo to the Marty, not to Tunnel to Towers, excuse me. So, Jaden, I got you accounted for in this raffle as well. If you heard your name called by me just now, I will make sure that you get entered in this raffle coming up. Few calls left. Ladies and gentlemen, Philly Noodles is up next. What's up, Philly?
What's up, gentlemen? What's going on?
How we doing, Philly?
Not much. Well, first of all,
Huzzah.
globally, internationally, what up, man? Globally, internationally, worldwide known beast. That was a good call. It's too much, bro. Yo, that Papa Jet, man, he definitely, like, if talking about having a goatee, Dylan, that's like inspirational, bro. That's
what
mammoth.
People said I should strive to be AG. I want to take it 8 steps further and strive to be Papa Jet.
That is like monumental, bro. He flipped his face with his hair. Like, how many people could do that shit? That was amazing. I'm piggybacking on that last caller. I didn't see your video breakdown yet, and I will after this. I'm worried about, so if Quincy's out, you know, what are we doing at linebacker? And second question for you, Dylan. CJ Gardner-Johnson, is that a waste?
There are a lot of question marks with CJ Gardner-Johnson. I believe he has crossover with AG in New Orleans. So that's kind of where my mindset went, where, like, even if he understands the limitations of Gardner-Johnson from a locker room perspective, even, it would be worth it. But the fact that I think he's not doing it kind of goes to show what he's trying to establish in this locker room. And then as far as the linebacker point, it seems like Kiko Malinois is going to get the first dibs to be the guy next to Jamian Sherwood. And then inside of that, I feel like they're going to do a huge by committee approach with Cam Jones, the guy from the Chiefs, Mark Robinson, the guy they just signed off the Patriots practice squad, who used to play. He has crossover with AG, I believe, as well. And then you have Neiman, who they just brought up to the practice squad. So I think it's going to be a by committee approach at linebacker too. And unfortunately, Quincy gave us that aspect that I don't think any linebacker gives us. And that is the screen breaker, the physical downhill guy who's ready to just bust through a linebacker, or bust through a lineman, you know, and let somebody else break the or get the tackle. So it's going to be interesting to see how they do it. And hopefully they just stick with more nickel looks and they keep Michael Carter on, or a different nickel cornerback, and try to mitigate that.
See, I've been saying in the past few drafts, I thought, I sounded stupid, but I was like, I liked Jahad Campbell this past, draft class. I liked the kid out of North Carolina, Peyton Wilson, the year before that. I thought we should have grabbed a linebacker at some point that was a linebacker. No conversion linebackers, no like 6th, 7th, 5th round chances. We didn't do it. I mean, I think it's glaring. I think it has to be done this offseason in a draft. They got to go 2nd, 3rd round linebacker. They're going to have to take a swing because you can't keep running an offense like that. Especially with everyone.
I wouldn't be surprised if they went a lot of early picks on front 7 players, defensive line and linebackers.
Yeah.
Because that's going to allow you to play better on the back end. The less you're putting your guys into vulnerable situations. If we are converting those pressures into sacks, which we're doing at a decent rate when we actually do that, but we're not creating enough pressures to make a good sack percentage. So I think it all starts up front, even though they said it's, they drive the boat from the back. So I think it all just goes hand in hand, but we will see a lot of defensive draft picks, in my opinion.
Heavy in the box, correct?
Yes, box manipulation is key.
What type of show do you think this is?
Calm your freaky down.
Gotta get one thing. I have to get that in there one time.
Billy,
Right,
you're the
Dylan.
man. Great to meet you over the weekend.
Yes, sir. Yeah, Dylan and Jake. Yes,
Yes,
guys.
sir, Cuzzo. I'll see you in a couple weeks.
Philly noodles. Now, Dylan, I got some news to get into with you right now. This was just sent to me by a witness on the scene at our tailgate on Saturday. Here's a photo of you apparently struggling before.
Oh, that's not me struggling.
The
Come
goodness
on.
of marijuana might have nursed you back to life.
Oh, no, this is right before. I think I was talking to Gator. So if Gator was the one that took this picture, I was just crouching down because I wanted shade and I wanted a seat so badly. I did not want to stand anymore. So I crouched over, and then the crouching over didn't do well for my stomach, which was already in knots. So I immediately stood back up. I was like, I got to go take a walk.
Down goes Dylan.
This could have went a lot worse than I thought. I'm glad that this is a very harmless picture.
Looks like you were taking a dump.
Oh my God,
Leon, all over it.
The only thing hotter than standing outside would have been going inside those porta potties.
Oh my God.
I told you were gonna come out like a puddle, dude. I told you.
Oh my God. Ladies and gentlemen, let's bring on an expert in pooping. Beast, your thoughts on Dylan's posture?
Ooh, I don't even want to see that. That's a little too much information for me. If you're gonna stand in a hot porta potty and it's 100 degrees, you would be like, you'd be sweating bullets. That's why I go in an air conditioned bathroom, my friend. Stay in an air conditioned bathroom. You're better off that way. If you don't stand in air conditioning, then you're out in that heat. You're sweating buckets. You're gonna be like,
Yeah, you would have made it out on a stretcher, Beast. We saw a couple people wheelchaired and stretchered out of that stadium.
well, it's because it's people can't do like they used to. Because when you get older, it's gonna hit you really hard in the face, like getting like whoa, like whoa. I'll give you a hint. It's like having Apollo Creed punch Rocky right across the brains after the 8th round, and you're going,
Very well said by Beast there.
That's exactly what it's like. He's completely right.
He's right. Derek gifting 5 memberships. Derek, shout out to you. Let's go.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Derek, thank you very much. And Jetstream1989 just gifted the community 5 channel memberships.
Show me the money.
Show me the money! Money.
Love it. All right. One last call potentially here. Ladies and gentlemen, this man was in Tampa. He could not find where the tailgate was, so we never got the meal.
I got my Iron UG
I hope you like my Jets take. You know they call me David T. It's not easy for me to see, but if you bring me full stream, you might like what I had to say. I'll need to get real damn close, cause my vision is dog shit.
You're muted, David T.
Go Yankees, David T.
Can you hear me?
We got you.
I really tried. Yeah, Yankees, Jake, they got to win the division. I really tried. I went through 5, 7, whatever Jets tailgate things. Met a few nice people, and I
Anyone
gave
recognize you? Was anyone like, you're David T?
No, because no, they didn't recognize me and I was just hoping I would see an Asmaniac along the way that he could direct me to your tailgate thing. But and I really wanted to meet, a bunch of you guys. And Saturday I really wasn't feeling well. I didn't want to give Asmaniacs what I had and ruin their weekend,
Would you
So,
say there was too much Fireball and not enough tailgate for you?
I did do the Fireball in the hotel room and the beer, and I mean, it really didn't compensate because I really wanted to meet all you guys, But hey, but I did get to the game. I braved the weather, and so I'm really happy for that. So anyway, real quick, CJ Mosley on the lefty thing, he's probably ambidextrous, which is dexterous with the use of both hands. And my brother and I, the whole lefty thing is all about me, because my brother and I are lefty. My mother and father were righties, and I've had a whole bunch of meeting people and fun with the whole lefty thing. And then the other thing,
Love it.
yeah, the other thing I really want to give a shout out to Dave Briga, and I think. Dylan, you had said I don't know if you were born and raised up in the same area that he was.
He just happened to know where the area was that I was raised at.
Yeah.
Not many people know where it is.
Right. And my mother's whole family was from the Scranton Wilkes-Barre area, which I believe Dave Briga is up in that area, and very, very prideful people. That's what I want to say.
Absolutely. Yeah, I've been to Scranton a couple times. My buddy went to school there. I love their campus.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, and you know what, though, if you can keep me on, Jake was kind enough to let me disagree with him. I still would love to see Tyrod Taylor take another crack at it. But you know what, Jake, I'm usually wrong with things. I mean, Fields is the right thing, but honestly, I went into the stadium on Sunday, and it was when the American flag came out, and they were doing the national anthem, and then, honest to God, I thought I saw Aaron Rodgers and Devontae Adams come out, and
You were that
so.
drunk?
The heat was getting to you
No,
that bad?
I didn't. No, I didn't have any beer. If I would have been over to your tailgate, I would have had I would have had the 3 beers or whatever. But no,
You
and
would've
I
done Fireball, David T. I mean, every Asmaniac would be running to give you a Fireball shot.
I know. I just don't want to get down in the dumps about it, because I just didn't want to get people sick.
Yeah,
Well,
we didn't
I
want a super
appreciate
spreader.
that. I didn't need your help to get sick on my own, but I would not have wanted to be the sick that you would have potentially brought. So I do appreciate that, but it would have been great to get eyes on the man, David T.
Dylan, you're young, and I've been up and down and through all that, and you just enjoy yourself, buddy.
Oh, absolutely. I was not saying no to any of those drinks from the great enthusiasts.
I would have loved to try that green jet, whatever it was. I would love to try that.
Ladies and gentlemen,
jet fuel, all right.
David Mother Effin T.
I've got my eye on you. Checkmate me, full screen base, fireball, whiskey time, David motherfucking T.
Hell yeah, David T. You are the man. All right, James, I see you, my friend. Thanks for the gifted membership. You're in the raffle. Truly the last chance to get in. Ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about our sponsor, ZipRecruiter. As maniacs, if any of you are hiring managers, you should be using ZipRecruiter, because waiting for the right candidate to apply, sorting through resumes, trying to get in touch with potential candidates, finding candidates, but they're not actively looking for jobs, it's time-consuming. It's a pain in the butt. ZipRecruiter will make all of it easy for you. Their latest tools and features help speed up finding the right people for your role. So how about as maniacs hire other as maniacs? They save you valuable time. You can try ZipRecruiter for free right now by going to ZipRecruiter.com/audio. With ZipRecruiter's new advances, you easily find and then connect with a great candidate within minutes. There have been over 320,000 new resumes added to ZipRecruiter monthly, which means you could reach more potential hires and fill roles sooner. ZipRecruiter is the #1 rated hiring site based on G2. So use ZipRecruiter, save time hiring. 4 to 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter, they get a great candidate within the first day. Once again, go to ZipRecruiter.com/audio. Try it for free. Again, ZipRecruiter.com/audio. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. One last call. As this call is going, I'm counting raffle names. So if you want a throwback Sauce or Garrett jersey, now's your last chance to enter. Let's say hello to Jetaholic, who will close us out. What's up, Jetaholic?
Jake, DT, what's up? How we doing?
Jetaholic.
Doing well. How are you?
Good. I want to start off by saying we better win on Monday, or like it. I can literally just see the season literally going to shit, like even worse than last year. We cannot start off 0-4 with the new regime. Like, this fan base is already, our patience is about this thin. If we start out 0-4, you're going to start seeing paper bags on heads. People are going to be selling their tickets. It's going to be a home game for even the bad teams coming to MetLife. Like, we can't let that happen. And then also, too, I am a little worried about the defense against Miami, because they have not covered well and haven't tackled well. So, you know, Miami's going to be running those screens. Tua's going to throw half his passes behind the line of scrimmage. Like, they just need to be disciplined and get some pressure on him, and he'll have some turnovers. And I don't know, I just worry our defense will be able to get it done. Maybe I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong, but I guess we'll have to see. And I don't really understand the people getting mad at Glenn for celebrating, because we all hated, you know, how Salah was on the sideline. Like, I love that Glenn shows emotion. I just don't agree with some of the things he said at the pressers. And one last thing, Jake, 2 weeks from tomorrow, my baby will be born. So I probably won't be on the show as much, but I'll still try to tune in when I can, and maybe call in once in a while. But if I'm not as active, that will be why. But I'm definitely very excited. And his first Jets game, I'll probably be in the hospital with them, which would be Jets Broncos. So I'll be probably off and no sleep watching Jets Broncos in London. So that ought to be great.
Wow. Well, I'll tell you what. Good luck. Congratulations,
Thank you.
Jetaholic. That's awesome stuff, man. We're excited to have another Asmaniac out there.
Yes, and then when I finally get him in the onesie, I'll have to put him on the show, or send a picture or something.
That's
Hell yeah.
awesome. We do have onesies, baby. Everyone
Yes,
get
sir.
your Asmaniac onesie.
Go Jets. Jet up.
Sir.
Love it. Ladies and gentlemen, Jetaholic calling in there as today's closer. Speaking of onesies, by the way, I meant to show this yesterday, but
you got a picture of me in a onesie?
I don't have that. Now, if you want that to be arranged, Dylan, I mean, I just got to get you really drunk at our next event, and I'll see what I could do. Now, this was sent to me by two very good friends of mine, Waddy, Olivia Watman, and Brad, the great Bradley, as he's known as. They're beautiful
Look at that.
Like maybe 2 months old now. I don't even know. But their child, the lovely Eli, is officially an Asmaniac. They sent me this yesterday. So we have Jake Asman Show and Asmaniac onesies. So shout out to little Eli for rocking the onesie that we have at jakeasman.com. Congrats again to Waddy and to Brad, because Eli's
Hell yeah.
awesome. Look at how cute Eli is here.
Corrupting them early. We love it. No, it's always great to see the tradition kind of being passed down of like you're born a Jets fan, but you're also born an Asmaniac too. So that's awesome.
Super chat from Jetstream. Are you doing any Asmaniac meetups late in the season? Money's tight right now, so I have to save up for it. Yes, our first watch party will be for the Bengals game at the end of October. So keep that in mind. I thought about doing something for Monday night, but I just figured with the Jets at 0-3 and it being a primetime game that starts earlier than the usual primetime game, it might be tough to get people to come out during the week. So we're going to do a Sunday 1 o'clock game. It's a winnable game. They're playing the Burrowless Bengals. I think the date's October 26th. So I will have more info when we get closer, but it's going to be at Goldie's Tavern, which is down the block from the Garden, Penn Station. So super convenient to get to for anyone coming from Long Island, Connecticut, Westchester, Jersey. You live in the city. It's as central of a location as we could find. So, and by the way, if you go to Goldie's Tavern, Jet fans, if you're in the city, you want a place to watch the game, if you go to Goldie's on Monday and say you're a listener of my show, they'll give you a free beer. So shout out to Goldie's for that. So if you need a spot to watch the game Monday, it's not an official watch party. That will be for the Bengals game. But for any Jet fan in the city that wants a place to watch the game, go to Goldie's. It's a great, they have the entire place painted green. So it's a great spot to have the Jet game on the sound, and you'll get a free beer if you say you're a listener of mine. So check that out. All right. Do I have all the names together? I think I do. Ladies and gentlemen, Dylan, are you ready to spin the wheel of champions?
Always ready to crown a winner.
It's time to announce the winners of the weekly Asmaniac raffle. Let's spin the Jake Asman Show Wheel of Champions and find out which Asmaniac is winning an epic prize.
Oh, yeah, baby. Music, please. Someone's going to win. Now, here are the rules if you win. You have to email me, asmanjake@gmail.com. Do you want a Sauce throwback or a Garrett throwback jersey? Tell me the player and the size, name and address, and we'll get it sent out to you as quickly as possible. We'll get it ordered for you. On that note, good luck to all. If you don't win, you are, in fact, entered in our weekly raffle, which will be on Tuesday. Good luck to all, but there's only one winner here, and that winner is, dun, dun, dun. We find out right now. The winner of a throwback jersey is the guy who just asked about a watch party. Jetstream, you better be wearing this throwback Jets jersey to the watch party. He's the winner. Jetstream, 1989, gifted a 5-spot. I don't know your actual name, Jetstream, so please email me your name, your address, the player you want the throwback in, and the jersey size, and we'll get that ordered for you. Give it up for Jetstream. Give him a Jet Champ, baby. Wear to the watch party, Jetstream. Love it. Tremendous. Dylan, plug your channel. You're now over 1,000. We're on the road to 2,000 subs now. Give us what we can expect if anyone out there subscribes to Dylan Tamman on YouTube.
Yeah, absolutely. So you can expect a lot of film breakdowns, both live and pre-recorded. I'm trying to figure out the best way to get them out there. Little short videos almost daily on the channel, whether it's an injury update or a talking point that I want to harp on for a quick 5-minute video. I will be going live tomorrow. I have Malcolm Flex, the caller from your show. He called in the one day when I was on, and we chopped it up. I love the conversation, so I'm going to have him on as a guest tomorrow. We're going to go down the list of all the things wrong with the Jets defense and how to fix it going into Miami, and then we're going to preview a little bit of the Miami game. So tomorrow at 7 p.m., I will be live. We'll be celebrating 1,000 subs. Thank you all for all your support. That's awesome. We'll be raffling off some of these T-shirts. I have at least 2 or 3 that I'm going to raffle off to regular subscribers via Super Chats tomorrow. And then I have the A1 since day one membership tier, $4.99. You get exclusive film breakdowns, college quarterback film breakdowns, and I will be raffling off at least 2 more shirts. So 4 or 5 shirts total will be raffled off tomorrow. We're really pumping out the merch. I certainly appreciate everybody, including
I want
you,
a Dylan
Amanda, who
Tereman
just
thong.
subscribed.
Dylan Tamman thongs. How do we make those?
I guess I'm gonna have to find a model to show me some styles first, and then we'll go from there. So
I know
willing
someone
to-
that could do that. Beast
Who's that?
Kardashian, perhaps.
Oh, God bless. Oh, God bless. So yeah, we're working on the merch. I have more things coming down the pipeline, but I don't want to overpromise and underdeliver. So everything's going slow. Dana, yes, exactly. We're on the right path here. So everybody at Dylan Tamman on YouTube, I would certainly appreciate it, and I'll catch all you guys tomorrow at 7 p.m.
Ladies and gentlemen, he's Dylan Tamman. My name is Jake Asman. Jet fans, Asmaniacs, you guys are the best. Thanks again to everyone who supported our fundraiser on the first show today. Again, check out the interview with CJ Mosley if you missed it. He was awesome. Really good insight into the current Jets and reflecting back on his career with the team as well. For Dylan Tamman, my name is Jake Asman. We are back tomorrow. We got 2 shows for you on a Football Friday. Ladies and gentlemen, I leave you with this. Our recap from Tampa. Go Jets.
Down in Tampa where the sun beats down, Jake Asman's a king wearing his birthday crown. Fireman Ed's got the chanting his alarms, and Earl Christie's here where the legends are sung. We may not win, but we'll make it right. Green and white storm in the Florida night. As maniacs unite, let's paint this town from the bay to the sky. We'll never back down. Rick and Dave steal the show. Hearts on fire, 4%ers bring the heat, lifting us higher. Tampa's turning green tonight as maniacs unite. Tailgates roar, the beer flows cold. Stories of battles both new and old. The Jets might stumble, but we'll stand tall. In this wild green army, we answer the call. The stadium's loud, the flags take flight. We're here to party, not just for the fight. As maniacs unite, let's paint this town from the bay to the sky. We'll never back down. Rick and Dave steal the show. Hearts on fire, 4%ers bring the heat, lifting us higher. Tampa's turning green tonight as maniacs unite. As maniacs unite, let's paint this town from the bay to the sky. We'll never back down. Rick and Dave steal the show. Hearts on fire, 4%ers bring the heat, lifting us higher. Tampa's turning green tonight as maniacs unite.
Hey, here's the deal. Just got no chance unless you click on that like button. And you gotta make sure you subscribe to the Jake Asman Show. You don't, you can get the f*** out. Now let's go, Asmaniacs. We're built for this shit.